Netflix is increasing its monthly price. Los Angeles wins another championship. And the perfect costume does exist. All this and more on this week's episode of Pulling the Focus.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the show. It's going to be a big news week today. We got some fun news lines for you. We wanted to go ahead and clear something up for you guys. I know we said that we would be shooting the show and posting it on Mondays, but we decided with all the team of Strictly Casual that it'd be best if we post on Saturdays. So basically our weekly schedule is going to be Monday on Twitch. You're going to be seeing the talk show Keeping the Flow. Tuesday, you'll be posting the VOD here on YouTube. And then Thursday, Checkpoint will be live on Twitch, the gaming podcast. And then Friday, that'll be posted. And Saturday, it'll be Pulling the Focus, posted every Saturday morning here on YouTube. So just to kind of clear things up for you guys. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into some awesome movie news, starting with our first segment.
What's poppin'?
Welcome back, guys. In this segment, we bring you all the latest movie and TV news and updates, as well as what's going on around in the entertainment industry. Let's go ahead and get into it. First off, Mandalorian is out tonight. As of recording this episode, Luigi, are you excited for Mandalorian?
It's been fantastic, dude. I don't want to spoil it because I know it just came out, but everybody should definitely go check it out. It's so exciting. The show came back strong. You know, it came back strong. So I think people are happy with it.
Baby Yoda, baby.
Personally, I'm excited to see the rest of the season play out, you know?
Me too.
We have some other exciting. Tom Holland has arrived in Atlanta to shoot Spider-Man 3. It is in production.
It's time.
He's got it in the script. He's memorizing his lines. Let's see who else joins him in that storyline.
Sinister
That's
Six.
Gonna be interesting. I know we have a bunch of characters. I'm excited to see all of the Spider-Mans together. I'm excited. I wonder if they're gonna have like a little moment where they go animated. You know,
maybe. I wouldn't doubt it.
That would be cool.
I'd be up for that.
Cool. Other news, we have the Assassin's Creed Netflix show is in development. They're making it into a TV show now. They said the movie wasn't good. Let's do a TV show instead. Maybe people will like that. One thing I've realized, it's a hit or miss when it comes to video game movies because you can't capture the same effects that you had when you made a movie. I mean, when you had a video game about it. So it's like, I understand that they're trying to capitalize on these franchises, but you know, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
You know, we'll see how it goes.
Yeah.
Witcher, people liked. Assassin's Creed movie, people didn't really like. I didn't watch it.
I thought it was great. I thought it was alright. I liked it. And like Tomb Raider, stuff like that. We'll get into it, but I think adaptations are hard to do, but I'm excited for this. We'll see what happens with Netflix and Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, definitely. You have here the CW sets its Winter 2021 premiere dates.
Oh, yes.
You want to go over those?
Yeah, we have let's see, which I'm not really too big on this, but we got Batwoman coming out January 17th, Riverdale Jan 20, Walker Jan 21, which I don't know what Walker is. Black Lightning February 8th, Superman and Lois February 23rd. That's interesting. And The Flash season 7, I believe, February 23rd. So it's a stacked opening of 2021 for CW and DC Comics. I don't know.
I'm excited to see that. I'm excited. I don't watch any of those shows. I think I don't like. It's funny because I'm a huge DC guy. Like I'm like when you call me a nerd, I'm a DC nerd for sure.
Yeah. Okay.
But I don't really watch the live action adaptations of those shows for some reason, and I feel like it's partly due to the fact that it's like. I don't think I ever really liked them, you know. Like I like the characters, but I feel like it was always really cheesy, like too much special effects. Like I've seen the Supergirl when she does the little ice, and then the guy's like, and the CGI is like horrible, and you're just like, okay,
it's alright.
I don't know if this is the show for me, but definitely excited for all those people. I have a friend who is on the show Legends of Tomorrow.
Oh, really?
Yeah. We had the same acting coach here in Los Angeles, which is really cool. But anyways, next up we have Mark Wahlberg shares set photos of his costume and raps on a movie. What movie was it?
This is Uncharted, dude. He just it's crazy, right? It's so fast.
Oh, Mark Wahlberg is in Uncharted?
Yeah, he's playing Sully. He's playing Sully. Isn't that crazy?
So it's him and Tom Holland.
Yeah, they put. Here's a photo of the shirt the iconic costume shirt, and then there's like a slate right here of the ring on the necklace that Nathan Drake wears. So pretty cool shots. I think cool. My hype went just up a little bit, but I'm still waiting to see a trailer. I want to see how they look.
I passed over this one. Patrick Wilson is directing Insidious 5. That's almost insane to think about. 5?
Oh yeah.
Damn. I didn't think they were gonna make any more.
Directorial debut. It's pretty interesting.
Debut, really.
Yeah, right. It's crazy that he would choose that. I mean, that's his whole like franchise basically. Like he was a part of it, went from the start. So it makes sense that he would be a part of that. But I mean, I'm interested to see. I've seen the first couple of Insidious. I haven't seen the later ones. they're kind of, you know, they're starting to become cult classics, I guess you could say. But I mean, we'll see what he does with this.
The first one by far.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah, by far. Like that shot of creepy red, you know,
yeah.
behind that scares the shit out of anybody the first time you watch it. You know, if you don't know it's coming, you know, it's like the mom and the guy talking on the. She freaks out. You know, that's a jump scare for like any age. You're gonna get jump scared. Got big news. Jon Stewart is coming back to TV news for Apple TV Plus.
I didn't know this.
The guy has jumped off. He jumped off. I think it was less than 2015. I think it was 2005, something like that. Like way back in the day, he jumped off, and then he basically finally felt like he needed to come back. He's doing a 1-hour show. It's gonna be one topic every week. It's gonna be on Apple TV Plus. I've noticed Apple TV is trying to like really ramp up the content.
Yeah,
like,
they're
in the
trying.
last weeks, it's just like, man, every other show I see is Apple TV Plus, Apple TV Plus. And I'm just thinking to myself, like, I get it. You want to compete, but this is a move. This is one of the moves. Another move they made, getting all of the Charlie Brown specials. You're talking about Big Pumpkin on Halloween. You're talking about Thanksgiving special, Christmas special, all of that, all of their content moving to Apple TV Plus, which is crazy to think about. Big news here. Netflix is upping the price.
This is the biggest one.
Price. Those greedy corporate bastards. No, I'm just kidding. Get up.
But it's
straight up.
So yeah, you're already paying so much.
Right. 2 stream plan is going up from $13 to $14, so raising $1. So that means 2 people were on that account that can watch at the same time.
Yeah.
The 4 stream plan, meaning 4 people can watch at the same time, is going from $15.99, so $16 to $18. So raising it by $2.
Oh my God.
Even more than HBO Max.
Wow.
Are you kidding me?
That's just
and
crazy.
Netflix, you're good. But are you that good?
Their ego's getting a little up there considering this price rate. But I mean,
you're spending a lot of money.
To play devil's advocate, it's almost like the content they are producing, some of their movies feel like I can watch it in the theater, so it kind of makes sense. But in this day and age, during COVID and money issues and all that, raising a price at this time is, I think, just a bad play right now. You know, wait until everyone's like settling in and then say we're raising a price, and announce some more like exclusive projects with that. Don't just announce a price with us. You know what I mean?
So one of the things, actually, since you bring that up, they actually just have the exclusive that they want to release more anime shows. So they already have 4 producers that they've already contacted and signed contracts with. They made deals to have more anime, so at least that's coming. As far as like other originals, we haven't really seen any big new original come out from Netflix in a while. Where it like hits the mainstream audience and it just blows everybody away, you know. So really looking forward to seeing how that develops. That's it for the movie news. Let's end with our recommendation. What's your recommendation this week, Ryder?
Well, I figured since we talked about Uncharted a little bit and kind of video game movies, I recommend Tomb Raider because I personally think it's a great adaptation of the remake of the new Tomb Raider games, and it's a great film. Go check it out and enjoy a good adaptation. What about you? What's your?
I think I've seen the one you're talking about, the latest one
with Alicia Vikander,
right? Yeah, super good. Me and my parents watched it back there in San Antonio. I loved it.
Cool. That's good.
My recommendation this week is going to be Archer. Archer has come back. I have been catching up on I believe it's season 11. He's out of his coma. I don't know if I mentioned this maybe another episode ago, but go watch it. The show is back to being that successful, funny, witty show that you love, where it's like no longer themed. It's just now the regular cast just doing the secret agent stuff again. So definitely go check it out if you like Archer. And yeah, I think that's it for us. Let's go on to scrolling through the week.
All right.
Hey, what's up, everyone? I hope you guys enjoyed that first segment. Moving on to our next one, we're going to be giving you some of the biggest news stories that happened within the last week, as well as just any other story that we might have found that we missed from the weeks before. I also want to make it a goal in the future to follow up on stories. But anyways, let's get right into it. First story we have here is Elgato releasing a new feature to stream from your phone that only costs $8. So basically you connect with the app, you will go ahead and use your phone as a webcam. It's an $8 monthly fee, but it's a new way of streaming if you're a Twitch streamer or somebody else. Steel Series releases a new mouse with holes, and it says that it is water resistant. Interesting. Water resistant with
pretty
holes.
funny.
Tropical storm Zeta has reached category 2, is to a hurricane. It has been increased to a hurricane level. We have Zeiss releases Size is that you
Yeah,
say
yeah.
Size releases new ZX1 camera, all-in-one content camera. So I'm just more technology news as far as just new updates to mouses, cameras, ways to stream, which is awesome. This is some big news. Quibi is actually shutting down after only 6 months, a little bit over
crazy.
6 months, but just basically 6 months. That service didn't really last. A lot of people weren't into it as much. Seems like that's probably what was going to happen. I think a lot of people had a feeling about that because I didn't hear too many people really talking about Quibi like that. France, major world news in France. High alert after two terrorist attacks.
Rough.
France is really intense right now. Macron has come out and said that we will not give in to terrorists. They've had two terrorist attacks because of the same cartoon video that was being shown. Very interesting story there. World Series, the Dodgers win. Hey, Los Angeles.
Nice.
First, you guys got the NBA championship. Now you guys got the baseball championship. I'm interested to see if the LA Rams can bring home a NFL championship. I don't think so, but you know,
we'll see. It's always
cool. That would be cool. Next up, we have Hunter Biden and his associates being investigated for money laundering by the FBI. That story that we talked about last week seems to keep snowballing into a bigger and bigger headline. At this point, the FBI is investigating. They talked to Tony Bobulinski, who was an associate of his. Really interesting story if you're keeping up with that. Next up, we have a $1.8 billion sale of weapons to Taiwan from the American government. That's a major sale. It always makes me think about the fact that America is the weapons depot of the world. And this just proves it by making such a big sale like that with Taiwan. Other political news, Amy Coney Barrett is officially a Supreme Court justice. She is on there. She's on the court. She's been nominated. She was approved. I think it was 52-48. I watched it live.
Oh, nice.
Very exciting stuff happening in the government. Next thing, we have CEOs of Google, Facebook, and Twitter being questioned by the Senate because of censorship, specifically censoring of the New York Post article that came out about Hunter Biden. They were basically asked, the CEOs of these major companies were asked if they are aware of censoring and what they're doing to combat it. And it's interesting because I don't know if we should necessarily give these media companies the rights to, dictate what's okay to be on their platform or not, because I feel like that's kind of like giving them too much power, so it was kind of like this was a way to check their power. And if you didn't watch the Senate hearings, they're available on YouTube. Go ahead and check those out. Next up, we have a new nightly pill that might end snoring tested in the US. What? That's crazy.
Random. What? That's insane.
That's so right. So random.
Oh my gosh.
Unheard of. It would help my cousin. I was just in Vegas with him, and it was like 3 a.m. and he was snoring so loud, bro. I had to put in piano noises just to drown it out.
Oh my god.
Because it was so loud. Like I was like,
man.
dude, you got to get this pill.
Yeah.
Or at least on the trial, like the trial run or something.
Oh,
next up, we have Cornell University initially failed to disclose to U.S. authorities more than $1.2 billion in foreign funds it had received in recent years, the Education Department reports. So Cornell University was basically receiving money from foreign governments or foreign aids, and basically was being funded by foreign people, and they weren't disclosing that to the IRS and to the Education Department. Huge story right there. That's another big one. And followed up with Keith Raniere, the leader of the sex cult NXIVM, was actually sentenced finally to 120 years in prison. If you know anything about this cult, he would brand the women with his initials. Really sick stuff. So that guy is going to be in prison for the rest of his life, 120 years.
That's good.
At the last moment, he called his denouncers liars, which we all know he's full of crap. So, I hope the victims can go on with their lives and, try to make some sort of positive outcome. Try to recreate or make a living in some sustainable way, but we're glad that the guy who created that is behind bars. Lets you know that justice is still alive and well here in the United States. Followed up by a huge meth and fentanyl lab being basically found behind an advertising a company in Mexico. So it was a storefront that was saying they were advertising the cleaning of industrial products and machines, and basically in the back they were making over 100 tons of fentanyl and meth, and they were basically found out, and that basically was destroyed, or I guess acquired by the police. Finally, we have NASA. Biggest news from NASA. NASA is saying there is more water on the moon than previously thought. And apparently it's going to help us with sending more people to farther distances, maybe Mars, but also as a refueling area to have more ways to grow food and to stay hydrated for astronauts. So those are all the headlines. Which one do you like the most? Which one do you want to get into? Let me know.
Well, of course, the tech one sounds interesting to me, but as soon as you brought that NASA one up, I kind of want to get into that because I'm always interested in space stuff. Let's go ahead and read this headline and see what we got here. It's talking about, I looked at it just a little bit right here. It says there's water on the poles and stuff. What's your whole thoughts when it comes to like taking people to Mars and stuff? Do you think it's going to be closer sooner rather than later when it comes to taking people to moon, and then Mars is like a space station? What do you think?
So I know that they want to build like a moon base. I know that's
yeah, the moon base. Yeah.
And so I know that that's a possibility. As far as how do I feel about actually like space like travel, I'm like a little excited for it, just because I think that we're as humans, we're curious beings, so we want to go and see what is out there. I don't know if it'll happen within the next 10 years. It might be within the next 20 years that we're in Mars, but I think eventually in our lifetime we'll see humans on Mars.
That'd be
cool. Just see that as a reality.
Yeah.
What about you?
Reading here, I'm very optimistic. I hope in my lifetime they do something like that. They're talking about the temperature of the water, which, I mean, having something like this as a space station on the moon and having the water would be huge, But they're talking about when it comes to temperatures, they don't go above minus 250 degrees. And then, there's not a lot of sunlit areas. So I'm sure there's so many problems, which sounds already so overwhelming, but it's pretty interesting.
Apparently the water is trapped in glass beads, and they're just like scattered all over the moon.
Okay. It sounds like it'd be so hard to collect that,
Right. Apparently, I guess they're trying to find, like, now that they've discovered it, they're going to try to come up with a system to get the water out. And then, I mean, you have scientists and engineers working on this stuff all day. Someone's going to be bound to like, oh, guys, I figured it out, Give it a couple months. Someone will do it. So,
small, too. The size of pencil tips. That's insane. Still interesting. All right. I guess we can continue on. What about you? What's the main headline that kind of got your attention this week?
So personally, the biggest headline that I saw was this like France terrorist attack. Just because global politics is really interesting to me personally. If we want to get into that. So basically, the first story was this teacher who was teaching a history class. She was teaching them about freedom of speech, and so she decided to play a cartoon that was portraying Muhammad, which is the prophet of the Muslim religion. And apparently, there was a man who saw that and basically went and beheaded her. It was like a group of people that were really offended by that, and they killed this woman. But now France, in retaliation to that, to show that they wouldn't give in to terrorists, played that same cartoon on the wall of a government building. And basically now there was more retaliation.
Oh my gosh.
Two women were killed it was not yesterday at a church. So now the French leader Macron is coming out and saying, we're not going to stand for this. We're not going to stand for terrorists. And it's just a really interesting story because of the fact that France has been taking a lot of refugees from all these Arabic countries like Syria and in the Middle East. And so now they're starting to see how that's backfiring for their own city. And this is like a real big foreign issue. It's not just France. Germany is taking a lot of refugees. And it's like they're seeing their communities kind of be infiltrated by this other group, right? And I'm just saying it's an interesting story because of the way it's playing out and the fact that these people are becoming terrorists. But at the same time, you're kind of like pushing them because you're doing this specific. It's like if someone were to portray a cartoon of Jesus, although Jesus is more seen, Muhammad to them is like a sacred thing where it has no image and there's no specific image so it's like for you to play a cartoon, it was very offensive.
It snowballs. It's insane how
it snowballs.
It's crazy hearing it seems like it's just a small thing and now it's a whole terrorist attack just because it probably was like doing something with the right intentions, but nowadays a lot of people can get offended. You have to watch what you do, and you have to watch especially when it comes to religion, because nowadays people can they have the freedom to do whatever they want, and in this case, unfortunately, it was a terrorist attack because of it. Insane. Ripple effect.
Yeah, and then personally, like a lot of these headlines are very, very much interesting. I think we're good to just choose one for this week.
Okay.
I want to give everybody the chance to go and look at this stuff on their own in the description. We want to have the links to these stories. We're also going to be sharing the links from our previous episode on our Discord. We have those two channels there, and we want to use them. So what I'm thinking is we're going to post all of the headlines for the episode before on there, so that people can go in and research this stuff or read about it, because a lot of this stuff is very important news that you should just know, even if it's just briefly. You should know about it. Like if your cousin snores a lot, I want to be able to tell him.
Tell him that you can take the pill for it. Absolutely.
Yeah. So I hope you guys enjoy that, and we're moving on to our next segment.
All right, here we go. All right, guys, here's our last segment, Search Party, where we bring each other a funny clip or video that we thought was funny for the week. Luigi, I'm so excited to show you some of the stuff that I brought you. I was looking on Reddit. I look a lot on Reddit now because of what you told me. And we can go ahead and start off with the puppy doesn't know where the owner is. So some of this stuff is almost like just to bring you a smile during the week. So let's go ahead and check out this first video. We have basically the owner was calling his dog, and he was just walking back and forth through the door.
I saw the clip. I did get a chance to watch the clip before. It was so funny how he lit up his little patter, patter of the dog, and then he was getting anxious. He starts to say,
he starts barking or feeling like,
yeah. It was really funny. I like the baby one that you have next. The baby kicks in the goal.
Oh yeah.
I thought that was super cool as videos go, just because it felt very like united,
Oh no, yeah. This was more of like a lighthearted kind of just bring everybody a smile during the week. Here we go. It's a baby in like a huge. I don't think there's that much of an audience. We can kind of hear there's a huge audience, but they're cheering the baby on with the soccer ball.
Yeah, it was cool because it shows you how we can get excited for anything as a people, and just recently I was on the flight back from Vegas, taking Spirit Airlines, and the ride back was so freaking bumpy, dude. The last 10 minutes felt like we were literally gonna just fall off the air.
Oh, really?
You look to the side and the wing looked like it had been taped with duct tape, and I was low key like, that thing looks like it's about to snap.
What the heck? Yeah.
Like, I kid you not. And then we landed, bro. Every single person on the plane clapped and cheered, and it just reminded me how much of like a unified experience it is to live on this earth.
Wow.
Like everybody there was relieved, and it was the same vibe that I got from this clip, where everybody just cheers just to cheer on this little kid. Like it doesn't have it's not that serious, but it's just like, woo!
Everybody gets all happy.
Hype him up.
There's this other one it's been trending kind of, especially with the Mandalorian, but this first one is basically it's a cat bobbing his head. He's vibing out to this guy playing like the drums.
I saw that.
Oh my! What's some of the links that you brought me? What do you got here?
So the first one I have is the one I teased at the beginning. The perfect costume doesn't exist.
Oh yes,
I think
here we go.
I like this one.
Oh my gosh! Is it Shrek and Donkey? Oh man, here, let me. That is amazing.
Up, bro. I was like,
the real donkey
does exist.
Oh, that is amazing, and it's a little chungus too. You probably put it on a little sack. I love that. That's so great.
It's funny. Next up, I have something that ages like milk, Cyberpunk being delayed, and this was a tweet that the developer sent out saying no more delays, and then they're like, would anybody notice if we delete it?
Oh my god. Oh my gosh. I love when media companies, they're like, they make fun of the things they do in social media. No more delays. October 6th. Dang, that's rough. Let's get an F in the chat for Cyberpunk delays. That's rough.
F in the chat. And then the last one, the tent on the tent not being staked in right on the ground.
Okay. Oh, it was like butts away. Oh, yeah. And then the last one, this last one is pretty intense. This was just like a video I found of a warehouse in Nigeria that had found all this COVID relief supplies, like PPE and Lagos. And the amount of stuff and the amount of people who are in there just like getting supplies is absolutely insane. Oh my gosh.
All of that was hidden. Nobody knew about it. They found it on accident. Like That's a huge story that I feel like more people need to talk about,
So,
but I felt the need to share that video.
I want the story on this. So basically, it's just supplies that people had, they found the warehouse with supplies?
Yeah, they found the warehouse filled with COVID relief supplies, like PPE. So it's like, we're now just taking it for themselves. I'm assuming the government hid it from them, you know, but it's just that's crazy to think about, you know, like here in America, we complain about too many cases when I can go to CVS and get tested automatically. And there's countries that can't even get, you know, PPE. So it's like, just last minute message, be fortunate, be grateful for what you have, because America is great. I don't care what anybody says. America is absolutely great. So, you know, be happy that we live in this country, because we get a lot of benefits for it, and we want to keep it safe. By the time this time next week, we'll have either the same president or a new one. Wow. And we're gonna be talking about it.
That's crazy. Yeah.
I hope you guys enjoy these next couple of days. Stay
as well as a new consoles. Well, okay, not next week. Never mind. I forget the date, but either way, we're gonna have new consoles coming up soon. So next gen, everybody get ready. It's gonna be content for super casual. Is gonna be coming. There's gonna be a lot of videos coming, especially outside of our shows that we usually do. So stay tuned. I'm really excited.
Yeah, it's gonna be exciting. We hope that you've enjoyed this episode of Pulling the Focus. Cheers to you.
Just so you got my Dr. Pepper here.
We'll see you guys on the next one.
Bye, everybody.
Hey, and I think one of the coolest things about it is seeing the shift culturally of gaming coming. Like, I remember growing up in like middle school and elementary school, like I played a ton of video games, and I felt like I was always stigmatized because of that.